Hello, this is a video about spinning lace on a Russian spindle. First in the video I'm going to have a talk about some problems that I think you might have with it, and then there's going to be a long spinning video. It's 16 minutes. You obviously don't have to watch all of it, but when I was learning I found it very useful to just sit and watch people doing it on videos for a long time just to get the rhythm of it. It is not a video of my best spinning. I break the thread several times, but I thought it was better to be honest about it and show what it's actually like when I'm spinning rather than a best take. And it also shows how to fix the problems. Then at the end of the video there's going to be an outtake of my cat who tried to help the first time I filmed. Before I start talking I would like a disclaimer. I've not had any training in this. I'm not trying to put myself as some sort of authority. This is just what works for me. If it works for you, that's brilliant. I just want to help if I can. Okay, first thing I thought of is the cop of the spindle. I think especially a lot of wheel spinners have this problem, where you they just try to spin the cop evenly around the spindle, sort of as you would on a bobbin, up and down and sort of quite straight, maybe a bit bulbing at the bottom, but you've got to think of the cop as sort of an extension of the weight of the spindle. The whole point of this sort of structure is the weight at the bottom and tight towards the middle to get it spinning for quickly. And that's what you need to do with the wool. The wool, when it's wound on, is sort of as much a part of the spinning as the spindle. And so you want to, it wants to be tight. One of the sort of temptations of a support spindle, support in a bowl, is that you can just, when you've got the strand out there, you can just do that and it will wind itself on. And I do that for the temporary cop at the top, because that's only there for a short period of time, there's not much weight on it, but for this bit it really needs to be tight and firm and pretty solid, really, because that really affects how it spins. Okay, secondly, I've seen a couple of people talking about what hand they flick it with. Now, my personal recommendation is to use the dominant hand for the flicking. I have grown up playing string instruments all my life, violin, viola, cello, and when you start that it seems a bit counterintuitive that your left hand, the non-dominant one, it does assume you're right-handed. So your non-dominant hand is doing all the fiddly stuff. But then you realise that the right hand with the bow, that is actually controlling it. Controlling the speed and everything, and that is really important. It's really similar to the spindle. It needs to be steady, quick, not wobbling, just as good as it can be. And I would recommend when you start off, or if you've been doing it for a while but you want to improve your technique, just spending some time just spinning it. Maybe with some wool on to affect the weight, but not while actually drafting it. And then your non-dominant hand. So yes, if you are left-handed I would recommend just switching it. So dominant hand flicking, non-dominant hand holding the wool, because that is only holding it loosely. You don't have to do a whole lot of fiddly stuff, you're only holding it loosely and bringing it back. And then if you get a lump in it, which you will do eventually, you can just drop the spindle with this hand. Don't be afraid of just stopping what you're doing, dropping the spindle. If you drop it, it won't unravel or anything. And then just bring it up and you can unwork it with your right hand, your dominant hand. And you don't have to let go of the fibre supply with your left hand, which risks it unwinding. Okay. That is it, I think. So you draft it loosely, put it in a temporary cop at there, and then you unwind it on your hand, butterfly it, or I've seen some people just wrap it around their hand. I've seen some people wrap it around their elbow, but I think that I've tried it and it didn't really work with the fiddly nature of it, but you can try it. And then you wind it on here tightly, firmly, keeping really conscious of the weight of the spindle and where it is. I personally put about 25 grams on mine. This isn't all that left, there's still this much left to spin, but I've got the majority on here. and that seems to fit. But less might be a good idea because you don't want to overbalance it, but it can spin more when you've got more on, so just see what works for you. So next there's going to be a long spinning video of me. I will put the times in the description so you can, if you want to skip this bit, if you watch it again, you can get to the spinning video or the cat outtakes. And for the spinning video, for the background, I'm going to put some Romanian folk music, just to confuse you by it not being Russian for Russian Spindle, but I am half Romanian and I have the folk music in the family, so I can get it copyright free. I hope my mum won't sue me. And I always end up singing songs in my head when I'm spinning, doing it in the rhythm with the spinning, and I can't quite imagine doing it without some sort of music going in my head, so I thought it was fitting to do that in the video. So I will stop talking now and leave you to watch the spinning.
isn't tea. What I am drinking, it isn't tea.
Vai do patrio e mexe patro, do patrio e mexe patro, caça numa rolha sato, caça numa rolha sato.
And after 4, then I'll drink 5. After 4, I'll drink 5. Just to keep myself alive. Just to keep myself alive.
Vai do patiche, chaça e beba, do patiche, chaça e beba, kazvojniki acha, kazvojniki acha.
And after 6, then I'll drink 7. After 6, I'll drink 7. And I'll feel like I'm in heaven. Oh, I'll feel like I'm in heaven.
Vai do pachete, belcho op, do pachete, belcho op, dacă văd mă lai un cop, dacă văd mă lai un cop.
And after 8, then I'll drink 9. After 8, I'll drink 9. Don't you know I'm feeling fine? Don't you know I'm feeling fine?
Vai
And
după
after
9,
9,
belcho
I'll drink
10,
10.
după
After
9,
9, then
belcho
I'll drink
10,
10.
ca
All my
atunci toată
troubles are
grija
out
trece,
of
ca
All my
atunci toată
troubles are
grija
out of
trece. După 9, belcho 10, ca
All my
atunci
troubles
toată
are
grija
out
trece.
Hey, that's my sock yarn. I'm sorry, darling. That's prickly, I wouldn't tread on it. Oh, you cheeky little. I know, why am I pointing a laptop?